All right. 6:35 April 26th 2017. I further analyzed what I had here. I mean the data of my chronography of the rifle. It seems that I could go with the A scenario. That would be 20 shots with what I said earlier. Average power of 42 joules, average speed of 884 feet per second with a spread of 32 feet per second, which would translate into a difference in point of impact at 70 meter of 1.6 centimeter. Turns out that this would require me to fill up the rifle up to 180 bars, which would drop to 100 bars after 20 shots, or from 2600 to 1450 psi. This is scenario 1. Scenario 2, or B, would have like a little less shots and a little tighter group in terms of standard deviation in the speed of the pellets. And there is also the scenario C, which would give me 10 shots instead of the 15 shots in scenario B, or 20 shots in scenario A, with average power of 43 joules rather than the average power of 42 joules in scenario A, with the average speed of 892 feet per second compared to 884 feet per second in scenario A, standard deviation spread of 6 feet per second, and standard deviation of 2, which is very, 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 very good, which equals in fact that of my Diana Magnum 460 Springer gun, with a difference in the point of impact at 70 meters of 0.3 centimeters, which is great. Now, scenario C, which would have only 10 shots, would require me to fill up the gun up to 152 bars, or 2,197, roughly 2,200 psi, which is much closer to what the gun can take, actually. 100% safe, but only 10 shots with a better, with a slightly better power. So I'm kind of torn in between scenario A or scenario C. I'm gonna have to think more about it, but this is pretty much all the data I could get or derive out of the chronography test that I did an hour ago, a couple hours ago. So again, to wrap up, in short, I have the option of going with scenario A, 20 shots from 180 to 100 bars, or from 2600 psi to 1450 psi, average speed of 884, average power of 42 joules, the spread of 32 feet per second. Or I could go with the scenario C, which would give me 10 shots at 43 joules of energy from 152 to 100 bars, from 2200 psi to 1450 psi, with a spread of 6, and the difference in point of impact at 70 meters of 0.3 centimeter. That would be like crazy accurate, scary accurate. I'm gonna have to sleep on it, make my decision. There is also this other option of further modding the gun, increasing the power from around 40 to around 50 joules, or maybe even more, because even though we have upped the power of this rifle, we have not yet touched the transfer port which is, something pretty usual for people to mess around with to up the power of the rifle. So there's still room to work on in case we like to. I'll have to think about it. That's all I can say now. Thank you for watching.